Hello, Mr. Trump. My name is Loy Brunson. I'm over here on your right.
Oh.
You've inspired me to create a TV show that'll be broadcast on Fox affiliate in Utah called American Statesman. Well, that's actually what would you do if you were president. So it might be something you'll buy from me after you get out of office.
Sounds good to me.
But the question is, Mr. Ron Paul, when he was running for president, there was a lot of confusion about the Federal Reserve. He said stuff that sounded crazy, like 1.6 trillion of the debt was fictitious. And I saw him on Fox News talking about that. And Lori Rothman, an analyst, said, oh, that's not fictitious. That belongs to the financial markets. And that seemed to prove his point. So could you address that issue a little bit and see if you could...
Well, it's a good point. We have a tremendous problem. We owe $18 trillion. China, think of China. They do all this business, and now we owe them money. How about Japan? Japan is our second largest creditor, $1.4 trillion. We do all of this business. They sell us all of these cars. We owe them money. How does this happen? How does it happen? We have got to get the debt down. We're going to be Greece pretty soon. We're going to be a Greece on steroids. We're going to be up to $24 trillion very soon. That's a big number. That's a sacred number.
Can you do it? Can you do what JFK and President Abraham Lincoln did, and that's take the power to create money back to the government, and that would eliminate taxation and government debt?
You have to bring everything back. But you know what? I believe in free trade. I do. I have a big free trade. But here's the thing with free trade. You have to have smart negotiators. I know the greatest negotiators. I know people that are so nasty, so horrible. They're horrible human beings. You'd hate them, but they're great at what they do. I know people you would not want to have dinner with them. They're horrible people, but they're great at what they do. I put one in charge of Japan. I wouldn't have Carolyn Kennedy negotiating for us. How did you get the job? Well, I asked the government, and what did they say? How would you like to be ambassador to Japan? And now I see Abe, who's a killer, the head of Japan, whining and dining her. We're getting killed everywhere. We would have the greatest negotiators. I know most of them. I know the good ones, the bad ones. I know the ones that are overrated. I know the ones you never heard about that are better than any of them. We would have the greatest, smartest deals you've ever seen. We would bring our deals back. We would bring our manufacturing back. We would bring our money back. Believe me.
Great.
And we have to do that. Okay,
Great.
Next
Thank
question.
You.
Yes, sir.
What would you do if you were president of the United States?
If I were president of the United States, I would try to establish a proportional 15% across the board flat tax. I would also establish a foreign policy that was based on the Reagan doctrine, which is simply, we don't invade other countries. Other people fight for their own freedom. They fight. We can help. And I would try to have power decentralized as much as possible to states and local communities so that people can live in what Hayek called the framework of competing utopias.
Briefly, if you were president, what would you do?
Shrink the government by 7/8.
All right, great. Thanks. If you were president, what would you do in like one sentence?
I would get rid of the IRS, get rid of the Fed, and give America freedom again.